Alright, so welcome everyone to today's book review. We're reviewing the book The 10 Times Rule by Grant Cardone. A very great book, a good book to read and a good book to talk about. So today, of course, the last episode we reviewed 10 chapters together. Today in this chapter, in this episode, we are going to be reviewing 5 chapters. This book has, like I told you, 23 chapters, and so far we're going to finish 15 chapters. So let's dive into the book. The next 5 chapters, fire chapters that actually fired me up to want to do more, to push more. So basically, now, as we always do, we always try to know the person that wrote the book. We try to understand the author. Understanding the author helps a lot in understanding the author's perspective, knowing where the author is today, knowing the author's achievements, so that we can sometimes filter information. So of course, Grant Cardone is an American, right? And instead of just saying who he is today, we just check his net worth. I just did a quick search on his network, his current net worth, the network of the person writing such a book. So if you want to learn how to fish, you definitely have to learn from a fisherman, right? An experienced one. So Grant Cardone, the writer of the 10 Times Rule book. Of course, Grant Cardone, the writer of the 10 Times book group, his net worth is approximately $600 million, right? He's a real estate superstar. It takes a lot to achieve this. It takes a lot to have this. And he's an American entrepreneur, of course, an author, a real estate investor, and has built his wealth through his real estate firm, basically. As I'm talking to you, even this evening, I received an email from him regarding a real estate webinar coming up. He's fired up. He's always working to get 10 times the results he currently has. I'm sure in the next couple of years, Grant Cardone will keep growing and growing and growing. His network will keep increasing. So someone that his net worth is approximately $600 million is already qualified enough to tell us what it is to succeed and what it is to have 10 times the results that others might not have. So let's go straight into the chapters. Basically, now we are just going to quickly see chapter 10. What this chapter 10 talks about, of course, competition is for sissies. Competition is for sissies. That means instead of competing or thinking of competition, the best thing is to dominate. That is what he explains in this chapter. You know, only mediocre thinks of competition. The real champions thinks of dominating. You can learn from competitors according to him, right? But you are expected to dominate. What sissies? Basically, sissies means timid, someone that's timid, boys that are timid, right? Or men that are timid. Basically, is a form of insulting someone that is weak. So if you are competing, you are weak. You shouldn't be competing according to him. You should be winning. You should be dominating. You should be ruling. So if you have a competitor in any kind of business you do, or if you have someone that is doing the same thing you are doing, instead of seeing that person as a competitor, see that person as someone that you want to learn from, to do better than, to dominate. When they hear your niche, when your niche is being talked about, should be seen as someone that is dominating. So according to him, even in his business, he had people that were doing better, people that he looked up to, but he had the mindset that, come on, I'm here to champion this. Chapter 10 talks about that. Chapter 11, of course, breakouts of the middle class. In the opening chapter, in the opening part of this chapter, I think he apologized ahead of time. He said, please don't take offense at what I write in this chapter. Basically, in this chapter, it talks about the middle class, how an average person is in the middle class, and you shouldn't think of being in the middle class. Middle class is for mediocres. He has said that in the previous chapters. Of course, he expatiated on that, basically not staying on the middle class, and you thinking that $1 million is enough for you is not going to definitely help you to survive at all. It's just going to place you in the middle class, and of course explain that people that advise you most of the time are also in the middle class. So breakouts, man, breakouts. Of course, chapter 11, breaking out of the middle class. Then chapter 12 talks about obsession isn't a disease, it's a gift. Mention the fact that some persons usually feel like obsession is bad, but it is not. He in this chapter, he explained the fact that people that have achieved a lot, if you want to go through their history, If you want to go through their story, most of the time they must have been obsessed. People that are champions in anything they do currently, they were obsessed with it. Before people started believing in them, they were obsessed. Die hard fan of what they did. So you have to be obsessed for success. In fact, he said according in this chapter that sometimes it will affect your sleep. But come on, you go for it. Then in chapter 13, it talks about go all in and overcommit. It's similar to being obsessed. You are putting your all into it, your mind, your life, everything, because you want to get results. And definitely, according to the law of nature, if you do such a thing, you are definitely going to get results. You are definitely going to get results. The more work you put in, the more your surface area for success increases. The more you put in the work, the more opportunities you tend to get, and the more luckier you tend to be. Of course, then in chapter 14 it talks about expand, never contract. So here he talks about the fact that there are economic issues. Sometimes there are issues that are justifiable that will let you not to expand. Oh, I don't want more persons, I don't want to employ more, I don't want to do more things right now because of the economic issue. Come on, don't give a damn about that. You should keep expanding. He gives several illustration, of course, talking about when there was a great impression, of course, sorry, the Great Depression, global economic war. At that point in time, America was just surviving for that, and also globally. He had several reasons to shrink, to contract, that is to reduce what he's doing. But no, he did not do that, never succumbed to such. Even at some point when expansion seemed tough, expansion seemed heavy, expansion seemed difficult and impossible to achieve, expand. That's the 10 times rule, and then you definitely start seeing the results soon. Then in chapter 11 it talks about burn the place down. This is one of my favorite chapters. I've not seen other chapters yet, but I love this chapter. Come on, burn the place down. I would like to read the first sentences of this particular chapter. It talks about the fact that once you take 10 times action and start getting traction, you must continue to add wood to your fire until you either start a brush fire or a bonfire, or burn the place down. Don't rest, don't stop ever. He said he learned this the hard way after achieving a lot of success and then wanted to rest. Of course, this bounced back at him. So never rest. You keep achieving success, you keep going, you burn the entire place down. You are obsessed with it. It's showing on your face. You don't give a damn. You just give a damn about results. So that is all for today, and that is how we are going to close today. Grant Cardone, we've seen chapter 10 to chapter 15. Great book, great illustration, great man, great achievement he has had so far. So in the next episode we are going to see more chapters, more books coming on, a lot to learn. And rather than just reading to get knowledge, I'm also implementing. So everyone listening to this right now, no matter the time you're listening to it, you ensure you implement the 10 times rule in your life. If you were going to the gym and spending 30 minutes as an athlete, now you go to the gym, spend times 10 of that to get the results you want. That is how the world works. Thank you so much for joining in, and see you in the next episode.